Hello, everyone. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm so excited that it's June the 2nd. Hello, June. We love you. I'm especially thankful to be here. My name is Peggy Mercer. This is the Peggy Mercer YouTube channel. I talk about songwriting, I talk about writing, and I recently have seen the need to defend my president and your president, President Trump. Now, we know he's former President Trump, but once a president, you always call him president. And so we call him President Trump because we have good manners, okay? And we respect the man, we respect everything he stands for and has stood for, and we vigorously support him from this little office I have here in Georgia. And I ask you to subscribe to Peggy Mercer YouTube channel, and if you will, take the time to click like on this video because I want to tell you a few things about Trump. I think we can all relax a little bit because Trump is one of the smartest men in the world, and I guarantee you that he is busy right now thinking. And I will make a few comments about the trial up in New York and what happened there. And I think we're all up in arms about it. And I can tell you that knowing President Trump, if he could talk to each one of us, he would say, relax, we've got this. He was the President of the United States of America. That gave me comfort. That gave me faith in this nation, in the nation's principles, in what the nation stands for. That gave me faith that all was well with our government. And what happened when Trump didn't go back in office and Biden came into office, I can tell you what happened. We saw a pitiful old man elected to office, and we questioned the many ways and the many rolling suitcases in the middle of the night. We questioned the number of votes that he got. Even read articles that Obama was saying, how did he do this? We don't understand it. We don't get it. So nobody got it. Nobody could understand how this happened, except that I will tell you one thing. Greed and jealousy are terrible taskmasters. Evil is a terrible taskmaster. And I can tell you that in this world, evil is running rampant. There's a lot of mean things going on. And you see these pastors on TV. And I have friends who are pastors. Ronnie Chaney, I love you, and Sharon there in Marianna, Arkansas. And I love you people so much. And I know they're big-time Republicans, and rightly so. And I know that these people get up and are very fired up about what happened in New York, and they're fired up about Trump, and they're fired up about everybody going to the polls. And rightly so. We better all get fired up about Trump, or we are going to sit here and lose our nation. We cannot afford another 4 years with someone like Biden. He is, number one, incapable. His vice president is incompetent. They are not necessarily bad people, and we respect them in many ways, but they're not fit for office, okay? You heard it from here on the Peggy Mercer YouTube channel. You know, I'm a very outspoken person. My right as an American citizen is to speak up, and I love to exercise that right. I'll tell you that I've gone to bat for a lot of people in my lifetime. I've lost jobs over people on our staffs making 50 cents less than the next person, and I've reported stuff like that, and I've lost my job because of it. One time that happened to me, and I went out a few weeks later and I had a job making $150,000 a year, so I wasn't crying into the milk. But I can tell you that I can figure things out. I have studied Trump for years. I have studied his leadership capabilities and his qualities. I've read his writings, I've read his books. He's a good man. He's not a perfect man. I'm a good person. I'm not a perfect woman. If you're the perfect person, by all means, you stand back and throw stones at Donald Trump. But you be careful when you do it, because we are not his judge on his personal business. We are not his jury, and we are not his judge. If you think about what happened in New York, here's what I saw, okay? I saw a criminal porn star, she called herself. I don't know anything about her. I'm not her judge either. But I saw somebody with a very questionable livelihood that happens to be illegal. My question was, if she admitted being a producer of pornography, why was she not arrested when she walked into the courthouse? And you have to think about this with me, okay? They then brought in Michael Cohen, who admitted on the stand that he had stolen something like $60,000 maybe from the Donald Trump organization. I don't think anybody knew this till he admitted it on the stand. I don't know anything about him. I'm not his judge. I know that he's a jailbird, and they had to get him out of jail, I think, to bring him over there. So you have to wonder how the testimony of these people who are actually kind of scum of the earth, and you have to question the testimony of these people who came in there and tried to destroy Trump and admitted that they were in illegal businesses, or that they were thieves. How do you differentiate the testimony between a thief and a person like Giuliani, or some of the people that are good people that have worked for Trump all their life, that are dedicated to him? Now, we've already said he's not a perfect person. What was he in there for? You know, to this day, most people have no idea, except they kept saying he falsified records to cover up an affair. Well, the affair was nothing to do with all that, as far as I can see. If he fooled with his records and moved his money around a little bit, you know, I kind of think that that's his business too. Now, if he did anything wrong, then it was wrong. And I'm sure that he knows it was wrong. But I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I'm not his judge or his jury, but I can tell you what I know about judges, and I can tell you what I know about lawyers. I've been involved with lawyers and judges all my life. I ran a state program for behavior change in Georgia for 11 years, and I worked with people who were in this program as the result of getting too many DUIs, or getting cocaine charges, or illegal drug charges. Many of them wound up in the hospital and rehab programs. So I do know a lot about felonies and misdemeanors. Now, the messing with the records, all of this was not felonies. It was misdemeanors. But where this judge claimed that he was connecting all the dots, was there's a law that says if you do all these little misdemeanors to cover up a felony, which was what? And so the American people want to know what was so bad or so wrong or so illegal about what Trump did. What's going on here? And we know, because many of us have dealt with shady lawyers in the past. I've heard deathbed confessions from people who knew judges that took bribes under the table. Listen to me. I am telling you, I don't know of anybody that hasn't been swindled by the court or the lawyers, and I'm all for the court. I support the court 100%. I have best friends who are wonderful lawyers, but I also know of shady lawyers. I know of doctors and rocket scientists that have been in trouble with the law. So let me tell you, nobody's perfect. And what Trump done is minor. He was trying to cover up an affair. We all know that. We all know why. We know he has a beautiful wife and a handsome and pretty bunch of adult children. And he has Barron. He doesn't want these people hurt. He's a good man. He has a heart. He's gone and knocked on doors and said, I'm here to help you, to complete strangers. In his lifetime, Trump and his daddy and mother were just like that. They were always giving. They had more money than they could ever spend, and they shared it with needy people. Or they just found good people, and they shared it with good people. So what we're going to do here is we're not going to rail. We're not going to go back and talk about Lyndon Johnson when he was president of the United States and all his affairs, and Lady Bird in the next room, or Lady Bird walking into the Oval Office. We're not going to rail. We're not going to talk about Bill Clinton and his ruining that young girl's life in there. And I have a kitten that's come up here, and this kitten is trying to see what I'm doing. And we love you, baby, but you're going to have to get down. I've got to doctor this baby's eyes. And so right in the middle of all this, a good thing happens. I get a visit from a kitten. So one of the things that that I noticed from the first attorney or the judge or somebody is they were there on the Trump trial to get a verdict on Trump. They're trying to destroy Donald Trump, and why? Because Trump used to be part of their crowd. He knows all the dirt on them. Let me tell you something. I want to see the client list for Epstein Island. If you want to hear something bad, you hear all the stories about Epstein Island and all the higher ups with money to burn that got on that airplane and went to Epstein Island, and what they did to the young children. Actually, there are rumors of some of the big shots in Congress being out there having parties with these children. It gives me the creeps to think about any of the leaders of our country that would stoop so low as to harm a child. But you see that in Congress, and you see that in Washington, there's people doing terrible things, and they go to these other countries. Like, in fact, some time ago, it was the Ukraine that was so corrupt. And here we are sending all this money to the Ukraine. How about the President of the United States sending it? How about the President of the United States sending us the money? How about the middle income people of the middle income level people of America? How about them getting a check instead of the Ukraine getting more bombs? We can't fight their war for them. We will fight Israel. We will protect Israel. And I'm going to do another video on fighting alongside Israel. Right now I'm talking about Trump and how did I get off this. Trump, during his lifetime, wrote a lot of books, and one of the things that he said in this book, The Art of the Deal, which I have, and it's an autographed copy, and it was given to me by someone that I love. And there goes Snowflake, and I don't think I can get too much further in this because of my cat collection. Now, one of the things that Trump said in this great book that I have read every word many times, and I just love this book, and I love everything he's ever written, being a writer. And one of the things he said in here is, in the end, it never pays to get in too big of a hurry. And as a writer, I have promised everybody I'm writing a book on the good things about Trump, and I am. I didn't ask his permission because I can already tell you he's going to love it, and the whole world's going to love it. There's so many good things about him. So one of the things he said in here is it never pays to get in too big of a hurry. So I guarantee you that wherever he is tonight, he and his lawyers are in there, and this man, who is a brilliant leader, a brilliant visionary, and loves America with all his heart and soul, I guarantee you that he is thinking, and he is going to follow the process needed and necessary to get all this behind him. He's going to campaign like an old-time preacher. Man, you're going to hear some hellfire and brimstone out of this guy, and I'm so excited about it. That's the kind of leader we need. Now, I told some of my Democrat friends that they've all changed their party so they can vote for Trump this time. They said they still don't think he should have done some of the things he's done. And I wanted to say to them, well, I don't think you should have done some of the things you've done either. And they could have said the same thing to me, and it would have been true. I've asked God to forgive me of my sins, and he has done that. I am a forgiven Christian, I can tell you that. I was thinking about why my Democrat friends, have we discussed this among us? I was thinking about one of my Democrat friends that asked me what the reality was that she could dig into, and I dug up a lot of gas station figures for her during the Trump reign. I dug up a lot of grocery items that the cost has tripled. Mayonnaise is one, and I can already tell you that I told her, Trump is your wallet. Okay, let's all be thinking this. Trump is your wallet. Now, what can we do about what, little boy? You're going to have to leave me alone for a minute. Now, what can we do about turning this mess in New York around? Trump has lawyers. They're supposed to be some of the best lawyers in the world. I didn't see a whole lot of fire out of them, but I'm sure they are brilliant-minded lawyers. I can tell you, I wish that Royce White, one of my absolute favorite video stars on YouTube, Royce White Show, I wish he was an attorney and could represent Trump, because he's on fire for Trump. He represents the black vote. I represent the white vote. We together represent the American vote. So I do love Larry Elder and some of those guys that are just on fire for Trump. And I could already tell you that the lawyers need to get up and get a fire built under them so they can dig and go at this thing with a lot more enthusiasm and a lot more firepower than to me. And that's just my way of thinking. I don't know anything about being a lawyer, and I thank the Lord. That's one of the things that I thank God for, is that I never went into law, although I'm as educated as they are. I just was never interested in fighting someone in a court room for my living, and I was more interested in teaching. I'm more interested in uniting this nation behind Donald Trump. I'm interested in people seeing that what has happened to him was a weaponization of the justice system. The court system in New York has gotten together and planned this, and don't think they have. Down in Georgia right now, they are dragging Trump through the mud in the courtroom in Atlanta with this DA who, for some reason or another, has done a lot of wrong things. And I think she's going to wind up in prison. And I'm sorry for her, but she went to Washington and met with Kamala Harris before she brought these charges against Trump. And we all know about that. And not only are we sorry for the DA, because she's in a lot of trouble, She's in a lot more trouble than Trump's been in, and I can already tell you she's headed for an orange jumpsuit and picking up trash on the side of the road as far as we think in Georgia. Now, we are not going to just rail and go on and on and on and just be the never-ending anger about what happened in New York, because we know why it happened. We know it was a setup. We know that Trump's personal life is not, should not even be. This is none of our business. His sins are between him and the Lord. If he moved his money around, that's his business too. Trump doesn't need money. He doesn't need to hide money. If you don't inflate your property, and I don't do that, the property assessment people are going to, there's a joke on Facebook, the property assessment people value your home at $1. The real estate people value it like it's the Taj Mahal. And the bank sees it as a dump. And you know, there are a lot of different ways of viewing real estate. And I can already tell you that I don't know anybody that does not inflate the value of their property a little bit when they try to go get a loan. I want mine inflated. If it's wrong, of course I don't want to do anything that's illegal. But you want to conduct your business and be smart about it. Now, we're not worried about all the things that Trump has done. I see that my time is running short here. We're not going to rail about all the past presidents. We're not going to talk about the Clintons collecting $15 million in Haiti to build homes for those poor people down there. And rather than spend that money down in Haiti, they cap it. And so they have a foundation worth many millions because they are crooks. And so just spilling the beans here and talking about how it really is. If you want to pass judgment on a good man, be careful when it's Donald Trump, because I can already tell you he's going to be the next president of the United States. He is a brilliant visionary with a word for the world, and I have a word for him tonight and for every voter out there. Trump, you have faith, you have courage, you have faith, and you have courage as a voter. You don't have to tell the world, look, I don't like the man. It don't matter whether you like him or not. Do you like your own wallet? Because Trump is your wallet. Your wallet's going to fatten up and you're going to be able to afford more and have more if he goes into office. If he don't go into office, you can look to go bankrupt any day. Now, I'm telling you that people, we are in trouble if we don't elect this man, because he is a businessman. The Democrats that are running, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they couldn't run a lemonade stand. But I'm here to tell you that we have to elect the greatest businessman to me, to my way of thinking. He's a giver. He's a well-mannered man. He and his wife are beautiful. They make us proud that he's our president. And when he's our president again, we're going to be singing Joy to the World again. And I appreciate all of you coming in. I am going to do another video on Trump in a few days. Stay with me. I did tell everybody I was going to Nashville. I am going later this coming up week, and I will be broadcasting from there. I am branching out with my YouTube, and I plan to get some people on my YouTube channel. I am rearranging my studio here, so it's going to look different, and you see the flag over there, so I am working on it. Stay with me. This is the Peggy Mercer YouTube channel. I do free writing videos to help aspiring writers. You want to write a book? I've helped a few celebrities write books, and I have songs out. I can help you with your songwriting system. I have a new song being recorded in Washington And I hope Trump's going to listen to it. But anyway and anyhow, this video was about Trump. There will be more videos about Trump. Please join me for them. Thank you for coming in today.